Hey tribe, let's get into this month's patch. We are going to be working on those body shots. This is our body shot bully patch. Through this patch, we're going to be taking you guys through a lot of drills that you're going to do on the heavy bags, as well as a circuit that I'm gonna have you guys do roughly once a week. So we're gonna get started walking through that circuit, and then we'll go through the list of drills. So to get started, we are going to walk you guys through our squat circuit. Now, whenever you're trying to deliver those body shots or anything off of the inside, it's absolutely critical that we use our legs, that we rotate and that we stand up into our punches. So through these drills, we're gonna help you guys work on that. So let's get into our hook pivot drill. Now, one of the trickiest things about placing a brutal body shot is gonna be just that, the placement, right? If we take too much time building up force, but it's not well placed, it's a wasted punch. And part of that comes down to the angle that I'm attacking my opponent, right? So if my opponent's right in front of me right here, and they're kind of standing at this angle, right? They've got their gloves up, there's an opening right down the center where you can hit somebody in the solar plexus. And that's one of the reasons why this drill is so awesome, okay? So for this drill, you're gonna get in front of a heavy bag, and what we're practicing doing is going to be pivoting into our hooks. So what that means is I'm gonna practice alternating between my pivot out with my 8 and my pivot in with my 3, right? And all I'm trying to do is place these down the center. So for these rounds, all you're going to do is you're gonna get right in front of that heavy bag, you're gonna pivot, turn into those hooks every time that you throw these, back and forth. All right, this next drill is our roll and shoot slip line drill. Now for this drill, we're going to be practicing something very specific. This is our roll and shoot. Now, one of the best times for us to deliver any kind of punch, but body shots in particular, is going to be while something is being thrown at us. And that's where roll and shoots are absolutely awesome, right? I get to move my head, get out of the way, and deliver a punch at the same time. Now, the key to getting these right is going to be throwing the punch on your way up, right? So when I'm coming up from my roll, that's when I'm going to be shooting that punch. That's when I'm going to be throwing that punch, okay? So you guys are going to get a slip line set up on your bags. You want it right about at shoulder level, okay? And then all you're going to do is practice that roll and shoot. You can start by just rolling off to one side and rolling back to the other. But then what I want to see you guys start to add to this is going to be those hooks and uppercuts as you work off this line. So now if I'm rolling over my lead side, what I'm going to throw is going to be something off of my trail side hand. This can be a 4 or an 8, right? But I'm going to try and deliver that body shot. So if I'm moving in and I'm trying to throw my 4, I'm going to take that step and deliver that guy right down to the body, okay? Same thing off the opposite side. I can throw my 3, or I can throw my 8 as I roll back and forth. So when you guys are doing this drill, you're rolling and practicing those roll and shoots. You've got that punch coming in from this side, you roll under, throw that shot, and then you move back to the opposite side, back and forth. Next, we're going to be getting into our stool uppercut drill. This is also really good for your hooks as well as your uppercuts, but we're gonna put some emphasis on those uppercuts themselves, okay? So what you're going to need is a stool, and you're gonna place that right in front of your heavy bag, all right? You want the stool to be close enough to the bag that your front foot is underneath the bag itself, but not so close that your shin is touching the bag, right? I want it right about at that range. And then all I'm going to do, and all we're trying to train you to do, is going to be stand up into your punches, right? So what you're going to do is you're just going to touch down on the stool, and then you're immediately going to come up and fire whatever side you're working off of. So if I'm working off my trail side, I'm going to alternate between my 4 and my 8. So I'll touch, 4, touch, 8, back and forth, right? And then we're gonna do that same thing off of our lead side. So you're just going to touch down, and then you've got that 5 straight up the center. You're going to touch down, then you got that 3 upstairs, back and forth. Right, next we have our straight to shovel hook drill. Now shovel hooks are a really, really awesome tool for finding somebody's ribs and getting around somebody's elbow. And this is going to be just like our classical hooks, where what we're doing is we're keeping our elbow in line with our thumb and shooting up and across. But now all we're going to do is rotate our thumb out a little bit further, so we're following somebody's ribs. You can almost think about this like an uppercut and a hook put together, okay? This works really well when you're coming around somebody's wide elbows and you're getting right off to the sides for those body shots, all right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to set this up with a straight punch. My straights are my 1s and my 2s, all right? So what you guys are going to do is you're going to go back and forth on that heavy bag, working the jab, and then you're going into your 8. And this is going to be that shovel hook, or you're working your 2 and you're working your 3 as a shovel hook. So back and forth with this, okay? So you're gonna get started, and we're just gonna start with that 1, 8. So I've got my 1, and then I'm gonna clear the distance. distance and move in for that 8, and then I'm right back out. Then I've got my 2, then I'm moving right into that shovel hook for my 3 as well. The reason that we're using the straights with this drill is to distract somebody's guard, right? I'm trying to place one of those punches right up in somebody's line of sight so that they're keeping those hands up. They're really, really aware of that straight, and then I sneak in and find that body shot. So for body shots, targeting is everything, right? But I also have to remember that my opponent really only has 2 elbows, and my elbows can't be everywhere at once. This is important because of how my guard sits. If I'm in my boxing stance and I've got those hands up in that guarded position, right? My elbows can't cover the entire surface area of my torso, right? So what I want to do is I want to try and take advantage of that on my opponent. And this is where throwing off the same side can be such a useful tool. If I throw something like a 5 right up the middle and then a 3 right after, their elbow can only be in one of those spots, right? So when we get in the habit of not throwing left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right? What we're trying to do is we're trying to throw them off by throwing on that same side consecutively, all right? So for this drill, all you're going to do is get right in front of that heavy bag, and then I just want to see a 5, 3, and then you're moving right into that 4, 8, back and forth, trying to land those quick body shots, right? And I want you guys to switch up where you're putting the emphasis. You're either putting the emphasis on that hook or you're putting the emphasis on that uppercut, but switch back and forth. Where are you trying to get their elbow to be and where are you trying to target? Awesome, you guys. So we have kind of left 2 punches out of the body shot equation so far. That is going to be our jab and our cross. Okay? But our jab down to the body can be one of the easiest punches to land because people expect it up to the head, right? People expect it upstairs. So when I start dropping it down to the body, it can be a very, very effective tool for me to work in or just score points, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to set up that body jab by using a fake or a feint. Now, a fake or a feint is just simply me faking out my opponent, me getting them to have a false read on what I'm trying to do in front of them, right? So when we're hitting this heavy bag now, all right, what I want to see you guys do is you're going to fake that jab up to the head, and then I just want to see you guys go low with that jab, all right? When I do this, I want to stay postured behind my jab, so I don't want to throw down, but I want to get that shoulder up and in the way and drop level. So all you guys are going to do is work around that heavy bag, and I just want to see you guys fake high, drop low, and then I want to see you guys mix that cross in there as well. So now you're going to fake high, and then you move right into that cross as well, trying to sink that guy right above the belt line. Awesome, you guys. So those are some basic drills and our circuit for that body shot bully patch. Remember, body shots, this is one of those drills or one of those things that takes a lot of time to perfect. But by doing these drills and really practicing and thinking actively about how we want to set them up, then it can really help improve your boxing.